What is up, fellers and folks that are not fellers? That's the two categories, fellers and not fellers. You could really divide anybody into that. You got sandwiches and not sandwiches. You got clouds and not clouds. I don't know what I'm doing. Honestly, they tell me to come up here and they tell me to talk for a little bit. And what do I do? I start talking about the philosophy of things being binary in all things. I hope you guys are ready for this run. We're about to bring some energy, I think. Johan is a hype bringer, and Dunkadillo will be no exception to that. I've watched all of about 30 seconds of Dunkadillo, but I am going to be yapping with Johan during this run, so I hope you guys are ready for that. Has anybody here played Dunkadillo yet? Anybody been on the Dunkadillo grind? Casual playthrough? Bro, aged whale. You can't say that. My mom's watching. You can't call my mom a Dunkadillo? My mom is literally watching right now. That is not a joke. I called her a little bit ago. She likes to watch when I'm hosting, in case I say something. Alright, I've gotten the word. We're ready to dunk some Dillos, or whatever it is. Dunkin' Donuts? Alright. I'll see you guys on the other side. Alright, everybody. I'm back. We have Johan with us. And also, Johan, can you share the game in Discord so I get a live feed on it? Also, Johan's here.
Yay.
Johan, tell people hello and who you are and what this is.
My name is Johan von Vorst. You might recognize me from the Richard Burns Rally Showcase at GDQ, and we are here today playing something very not Rally. This is Dunkadillo, a game that I believe came out at the end of last year, made by Todd Young. It is somehow connected to a Dadish franchise. How, I could not tell you. This is my only exposure to that whole community. Yeah, it's a very simple 2D platformer, and we're gonna get right into it. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, so timer does not actually start right now. Starts as soon as I start moving, and I'll count you down here. We're gonna go in 3, 2, 1, go. So, this is a very simple 2D platformer. I am a armadillo called Dill, and the goal is very simple. We just need to make it to the end of the level and dunk ourselves into the basket. We are contractually obligated to bounce. Oops. We cannot like roll around unless we're on a slope. Once I'm in the air, I have a jump, or I guess call it a double jump in a more traditional platformer sense. And I can change the height of that jump based on how long I press the A button. The rules are pretty simple here. We gotta pick up a key to open some gates, but yeah. Fundamentally, the concept for going fast is maximize the amount of time you're moving in the direction you need to be going, whether that's left or right, or minimize your jump height so you spend less time falling when you need to land on something. This game, unlike a lot of other platformers, doesn't really have a lot of hand-holding as far as like Wile E. Coyote time or that sort of thing. So like those trampolines, those buttons are annoyingly precise sometimes. Also, these moving platforms here, I need to jump way above them, otherwise I'll fall right through.
No
also,
grace period on it, huh?
Yeah, no, there's you got to get all the way past it, like snap to it. Here's a little funny skip. Yeah, we don't actually need to. Yeah, I got it. Okay, we don't actually need to score a dunk from the top. I forget what the foul is called in basketball when you do that, when you score from the underside, but we can do that just fine. So speed up the finish for certain levels. These blocks here are very annoying. They break when you land on them. So you think, oh, I could jump on them and then minimize my height for the next jump or something so that I can get rid of them faster. But no, every time you touch them, ooh, that was weird, you reset the timer for where those blocks vanish. Here we're supposed to use some falling blocks to cross that gap, but it turns out you can just jump over it if you're a little bit precise. There's our first enemy, that's Porky Spike. All the enemies in this game were named by, I believe, the dev's nephew. And they have very funny names that you'd imagine a 4-year-old gives them. This is the Hitter Critter, our first boss, bad boy approaching. It's a bunny. I have some animal facts prepared. So this being a bunny, I thought it's kind of interesting. Outside the primates, our closest relatives are actually toss it between the lagomorphs, which is the bunnies, or the rodents. So it's our good distant cousin, the Hitter Critter. World 1's really short. Now we're moving on to World 2, which is deceptively one of the harder levels in the game, or worlds in the game. It's kind of characterized by these frogs. Introducing them, they are Ribbit Guy.
Yo, Ribbit Guy.
Ribbit Guy, indeed. Ribbit Guy is the bane of our existence. Well, kind of in some ways friendly, in some ways not. Ribbit Guy puts a lot of levels on cycles. Like right here's one. I can't go too fast, otherwise that happens. And sometimes the cycles are very generous, and then you move at a reasonable pace, you'll always be fine. But more often than not, these cycles actually punish you for, they're either really hard to hit the fastest cycle, or they punish you for going a little bit too fast. And I guess my frog fact is that frogs don't actually produce their own. Most frogs don't actually produce their own poison outside of the toads. So things like poison dart frogs from South and Central America actually make very safe pets, because as long as you don't feed them the poisonous mites they eat in the wild, they are not going to build up that incredibly gnarly poison that they have in the wild.
Dude, that is a very fun fact. I didn't know that one.
Yeah, they're actually really funky because they know they're that poisonous. They're super confident frogs, like the only day active ones that I'm aware of. Yeah, and so you see them moving around during the day. That other guy, the blue little bird thing, is Sharky Bird. Interesting relation between sharks and birds. You probably heard the fact before that sharks need to keep swimming or else they'll drown. That's like half true for certain sharks. That is absolutely the case. But fundamentally, if a shark doesn't want to sink, it needs to swim because its fins work as wings. They generate lift. They don't have a swim bladder like fish where they can regulate their buoyancy. They just have to move forward like an airplane or a bird.
Dude, what the heck? How much research did you do for this run?
I'm using old classics. This was
yeah, I suppose so. For the people watching, Johan and I have known each other for a number of years. We played Smash together in college and stuff, right? And so Johan does have all of these off the top if needed. So I'm used to Johan just knowing random information that nobody else on the planet should know off the top of their head.
Yeah, everyone got new hobbies when COVID was a thing, and mine was figuring out how to go outside instead of playing video games inside all day. Now, learning about wildlife is a great way to do that.
Yeah, you became bug catcher Johan for a while there.
Yep, still do it. I was with some friends in Costa Rica recently. Met some poison dart frogs in real life.
Oh, dude. Costa Rica is like one of the most dangerous bug areas in the world.
Yeah, no, Central America is not for the faint of heart. There were a lot of cool spiders. All right, so here we have some tech coming up. I play a game a lot called Duck Game, where mashing is very important. So I have a very good mash. To minimize our height across here so we don't hit these spikes, we could just time our jump inputs so that we don't jump too high and hit them. Or I can just mash the jump button as fast as humanly possible to get through that just fine. This is the giant client. It is a large snake. It is, in my opinion, the hardest boss in the game just because I do actually need to pay attention. Namely, to get underneath here. If I touched him, I would die. And it's very important with the bosses that I don't actually jump at all. I'm not entirely sure about how the timer decides to end on the bosses, but if you don't jump at all, you get a consistent time. Whereas if you do at all jump and mess up the time, like the cycle with which you're bouncing, sometimes you'll end up losing like over half a second on the boss fights. Here, some more mashing to get under the frogs. This is World 3 now. Caustic Gardens coming up in a few levels. We'll actually get one of our few clips in the game. Yes, we have speedrun tech. We have sauce. It is not just moving to the finish.
What flavor of sauce is it?
Oh shoot! Look what you've done. I got nothing. I guess what kind of sauces do you eat at basketball games? I haven't been to very many. I know like hot dogs are a standard thing for baseball games.
Ranch sauce.
Ranch?
That's the kind of sauce. Or Chipotle ranch. Specifically, it's like the spicier ranch.
I just realized I made a horrible mistake.
I've derailed this entire run.
No, you're good. This is duck themed, and unfortunately, this is an indie game. We don't have the budget for Mr. Duck himself, but we can play as a chicken, so we'll go with that.
Let's go.
All right, this level is kind of fun. There's a little cycle where you're on cannons, and you're kind of offset from the ribbit guys, but we can just do a little bit of funny moving there to skip getting into that first cannon, and so now we can just move freely around the ribbit guys without having to wait a full rotation for them to put their big tongues away.
Kid is referring to this as Cluckadillo.
Dunkadillo? Yep, I believe that's the name of the skin. There's a lot of fun skins. You unlock them through getting trading cards, which is how you figure out the names of the bosses. Here's some fun stuff. If I can be fast, I can hit a button right before Bok Bok Guy, I believe. Or Bok Bok Friend, I believe, is the name of the chicken. Yeah, there we go. Before Bok Bok Friend, the egg in the way. Here's our first clip. So there's slopes in this game, and in certain areas, the way the slope interacts with the wall can be kind of funky. Like that, we clip right through. It kind of depends on the terrain behind the slope, not the slope itself, so we can't use every slope to clip, unfortunately. But every now and then there's one that's just arranged in a perfect way. Here's another skip. Okay, no, I did not. Oops, okay, I messed that up. It's another one of those
skip
distances where I need to use these falling crates to make it, but if I'm just very precise... If I'm very precise, I can make it across. Without needing to get the second one. But I think, yeah, no, that's not far enough. We're just gonna go ahead and do that. It's boring. Sorry, I don't have any facts prepared for Bok Bok Guy. I forgot, I kind of forgot that Bok Bok Friend was in the game. Oh, these balloons and trampolines, I should note, are very annoying. Brick, by the way.
One. Did you know that there's over 2 species of chicken?
That's
crazy.
Kind of cool, actually. You kind of figure they'd just all be like a single subspecies, like just a single species divided into like a million subspecies. So these pinball flippers, trampolines, and balloons are all very annoying because after we hit them, our double jump is forced to be a set height. We cannot modulate, like we cannot press the A button for a very short duration to make them a lot small, to make the jumps go a lot less high. And so instead of just timing it by like positioning myself and then tapping A very quickly to make very precise jumps, instead I need to plan out in advance and then do my air jump and get the full, and I'm forced to take the full height of it. This is the Kriegel, the third boss of the game. Bald
I
Eagle.
like they're called bad boys.
Yeah, they are bad boys. Well, we skipped the opening cutscene because I didn't like delete my save or anything. They stole our friend. I forget the name of our friend. It's a fish. I really should have come more prepared. And so that's why they're bad boys, because they're dirty thieves. This is, yeah, Kriegel. Kriegel is, in my opinion, the easiest boss in the game, as you can imagine. I just kind of sit and watch as Kriegel destroys herself. I guess my interesting eagle fact for you is that eagles, or large birds of prey, display sexual dimorphism, as in like the males and females have different traits. And it's not for the usual reasons like mating purposes or larger size to produce more eggs. It's actually two parents of different sizes have access to a much wider variety of foods to ensure that their chicks get a big, healthy diet. You know, the males are usually smaller. They can hunt smaller prey. The females are going to be bigger. They can hunt larger prey. It works out quite efficiently. Here's some more mashing to get underneath these spikes. All right, there we go. Bill, have we ever played Mario Party together?
I think we tried once, and it went very poorly because we tried to play on an emulator.
Oh.
But that might have been somebody else.
Here's a level that is very much on a cycle, and this one is super precise. I'm going to try and I was actually labbing this like 30 minutes ago and realized that I can get the fast cycle a little bit easier than I remember. So we're going to try and nail this.
By the way, let me know when we have time for a donation.
There we go, I made it past. We can do it during the next boss fight. Cool. Which is coming up here in about 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes.
Do it in 2 or else.
All right, do it right now.
You want me to read it right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Or no,
okay. We got a $5 donation from Iggy Zig.
Let's go.
Who says, "Of course, Johan to save the world with the universal expression, dunks. Good luck, my friend. Also, what do you call a group of armadillos? It's called," and then they ran out of character. Like they hit the character limit.
Tough pop quiz. I think a group of armadillos is called something unfathomable that cannot be put into the English language. That's how I'm interpreting this donation here.
All right, sounds good to me.
Shout out to Iggy Zig, fantastic host, and general swell fella, especially when it comes to late night Saturday karaoke on Twitch. Some more mashing to get under those saws. Those saws that like go up and down, they actually alternate every time we hit the ground. So sometimes our routing is very important based on when we hit the ground. Here's another clip. This one is probably the biggest one in the game. If I can get through here quickly. This clip saves. This is normally a 30-second pretty much auto-scroller, and saves 20 seconds here. This is probably, I think, the hardest level in the game. It's very precise. Usually kills my runs. I've been grinding lately to try to get a deathless run here and just like put it away for good. And this level often comes in the way of things because of things like that. Oops. And because
you said in the chat, it's called a roll.
A roll? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, you want to go to Texas Roadhouse after this?
You want to go find armadillos after this? We have them in Indiana.
Oh yeah, I forgot they moved up here.
Yeah, no. Oh, oops. You distracted me.
Every time.
Nope. I would never fail on my own speed.
Smash together.
Huh?
I said maybe this is what I should have done when we played Smash together.
Yeah, just said a bunch of nonsensical wisdoms about Lordy about armadillos in Indiana. Yeah, they've been spreading for a long time. They deal fairly well with urbanization. I had a theory that they were like not native east of the Mississippi, but I don't think that's true. But yeah, it's just kind of a thing in a lot of southeastern states. They'll have a bit of an overpopulation of Dunkadillos, and so now it's our turn of armadillos, not Dunkadillos. I have never seen a
Dunkadillo in real life.
I've never seen an armadillo that's been balling, but I would be happy to be proven wrong. Oh, I forgot. All right, so here we have our next boss. This is Scorpy Sting. Actually, shoutouts to my good buddy Perk Jonah, formerly Cooper Kaboom. he found a skip for this boss, I believe, that saves us a whole cycle. So normally you have to wait for this scorpion to expose itself 3 times, but we can do it in 2. This first one here is very normal, and then the next one we're gonna like kind of double hit it, where the weak point sort of spawns as it swings its tail back up, and we can hit it again. My cool scorpion fact for you is that unlike other arthropods, let's say insects for example, when they molt, they slide out of their exoskeleton through their back. When spiders molt, they'll kind of pop out of their head. Their head case will the cap will pop off, and then they'll slide out. Scorpions, when they molt, their face splits open and they slide out of their face. It's gnarly. I found a shed while I was in Costa Rica, and I saw like the face was all like ripped open. I'm like, oh wait, I forgot about that fact. And I remembered it just in time for this event.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yay. It's a funny skip there. Turns out there's just enough space between the spiky block and the wall to just ignore the rest of the level. So this is World 5 here. This is definitely the longest one. I don't remember off the top of my head. I thought it took about... I think it's a 6-minute one. It has a minute-long auto-scroll in the middle, so if we have any other donations rolled up, I'll let you know there. That might be a good spot. This level is evil.
Yeah, everybody go donate right now so I have that for when it's...
Exactly. This level is evil. There is a cycle here with these cannons here, and if you're slightly off, it's so weird to like full commit send through it without running into those fireballs. Unfortunately, I got it just fine, but if you mess up any part of the beginning, it's like just immediately just reset. Oops. Fortunately, well, it's definitely the longest, partially because of the auto-scroller. We've made it past the most difficult parts, that being World 2 and World 4. Kind of on the home stretch now. There's one of those trading cards that I just won by the way, the collectibles. I've never learned the 100% speedrun category, and I don't plan to anytime soon. We can also get a bunch of speed by like landing on slopes. I've been doing that every now and then. And that one right there is really important because it lets us get one cycle earlier on these moving platforms, which can sometimes let us get past those spiky blocks before they close. Gotta be sure to jump extra high when I'm landing on those moving platforms so that I don't fall through them. Oops. Okay, we're gonna wait here. Because we're weenies. Weenies wait. That's how it is in speedrunning. There we go.
Hey, does anybody else think this guy kind of looks like an orange war turtle?
That is a very common thought. All right, do we have any donations? Now's a good time. Get them in. Get them in. You got a minute.
All right. No, we don't have any donations, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about something.
Okay.
Right now, we have $35 left to go before we unlock Ocarina of Time Randomizer as CC playing that in the bonus weekend.
Ooh.
We also have a bunch of things that you can donate towards. We're still looking for the Mario Party Superstars Choose Your Character as the 3 computer characters. And so the top 3 will be in there. I believe it's the 3 computer characters. Right now in the lead is DK, then Yoshi, then Rosalina, but a close 4th and 5th of Daisy and Peach. So go vote on that. And then also we have CJ wearing a duck costume during that run as an incentive that's live right now.
Ooh.
And that's at $319 out of 500. So go ahead and get that in. We got about 4 hours until that run, and that will be the final run of the day.
Exciting. And when is this extras event? Sorry for
it is 2 weekends from now.
2 weekends.
So next weekend there's a big Mario Party event that Kit is participating in. So Kit was unavailable for that one. But the weekend after that, we are doing the bonus weekend, where certain things have been unlocked, like me playing Chameleon Twist again.
I love unlocking my good friend Quill.
Don't you hate it when I'm just like all grayed out on a character select screen?
That's the worst, dude. Like, what do you mean I need to collect 500 tickets to get this guy? Like the state fair all over again.
He's worth 50 at most.
Golly. Alright. Believe, yeah, this is the last proper level before the final boss, and this level is great because it's on a cycle, but if you just go as fast as you can, you always hit that cycle. So I will just not mess up anything too egregiously. So. I think the deathless run speedrun that I'm looking to get is still going to be a while.
I feel you on that. These hard games that make it easy to die have really made deathless runs hard.
Yeah, I'm saying. What do you mean this game's hard though? I mean, just like look at it. It's like ooh gaga.
Yeah, easy baby game.
Surely.
It's just an armadillo that's basketball. How hard could it be?
I'd like to share some fun lore about this game. Not to toot my own horn too hard, but I got this game because Jonah, Cooper Kaboom, was going to speedrun it at GDQ, and he wanted commentators. I'm like, yeah, sure, I can commentate it. So I got the game. Like, okay, if I'm going to commentate it, I should at least play it so I have some like familiarity with it. And this was in the winter. I was very bored for a week. And suffice to say, a week later, I am now the GOAT of this game. Granted, it's not the most active, so take that as you will. This is...
I love to hear that.
Yeah. That's speedrunning. Sometimes you just need to zone out and do some very simple repetitive tasks over and over again, and that's what this is. This is our final boss, Tentacle Catcher. The final bad boy with a secret friend hidden underneath its hat. My fact about octopus for you is they are cephalopods. Cephalopods have very short lifespans generally. And cephalopods includes octopus, squid, cuttlefish, and nautilus. Now, squid also have very short lifespans, including quite big ones. There is a squid you'll find commonly off the coast of Baja California called the giant Humboldt squid. And it's not actually that giant as far as giant squids go. They grow to be about like 7 feet long. But they grow to be about 7 feet long. They start their life as a tiny little like centimeter long plankton looking thing. And they live for about a year, maybe a little bit more. Go figure. They grow very, very, very fast.
That's like as fast as those little things that you put in water to make them grow from the dollar store.
Exactly. I'm sure their egg cases look like the little like the dinosaurs in the bathtub. You talk about that?
Absolutely.
Heck yeah. There we go. And we saved our friend. There he is.
Woo!
The
What's
fish.
his name?
I'll check the main menu after this.
Wait, is that time?
That is time. Yeah, we did it.
Oh,
we just in time to the most important part of everyone's day: play on phone. This game is also available on mobile on the Android store, I believe. So that's why they're all gaming on their phone. I think that's originally where this game was from. And then they put it on.
That's awesome.
Tom Young, not Todd Young. My fault.
Oh, dude.
Enemy names by Rod Young. So that's why I got confused. Age 4.
We gotta start over.
Yeah.
We'll just do it again.
Do we have enough time? It's only 20 minutes.
Dude, thanks for having me on here with you as part commentary, part host.
No problem. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for letting me know about the event. I'm a big fan of ducks.
Yeah, man.
My final duck fact to leave this on, because I didn't have any.
Yeah.
Every time I once picked up some ducks at a farm once just for fun, you know, bothering animals. And I'm always very impressed at how sharp duck claws are. But I guess it makes sense, you know, when you spend all your day swimming around in water instead of digging around like a chicken, you're going to end up with very sharp claws. So there you go. Ducks have very sharp claws. Pickle, that's his name. It's Dylan Pickle.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
All right, yeah, thanks for having me. Let's hit those incentives for...
Do you have any shout-outs or anything you want to give before you go?
I think I've talked about my good friend Perk enough. Thank you, Igzig, for the donation. And thank you, Quill, Kitsune, and everyone else involved in hosting this event. Bye-bye.
Right, thanks so much, Johan. We will catch you later. Hopefully you can run at another event soon.
Indeed, Chiller.